The clock ticked, each second a hammer blow to my memories. 5 years. 5 years since he chose legacy over love, a family he could mold over the woman who loved him unconditionally. He wanted children, a house echoing with tiny footsteps. I wanted freedom, a life dedicated to knowledge and ambition. Our desires, once aligned, had become insurmountable barriers. He had been my world, my sun and moon. We built a life, brick by fragile brick, on a foundation of shared dreams. But dreams, like rivers, change course. His longing for fatherhood intensified, while I remained steadfast in my choices. The arguments began, whispers escalating into storms that shook the very foundation of our union. The day he left is etched in my memory, a wound that refuses to fully heal. His face etched with sorrow and resolve as he uttered the words that shattered our world. "I want a family, and you can't give me that." His voice cracked, a mirror of my own fractured heart. His absence was a void, a constant ache in the fabric of my life. But slowly, tentatively, I began to rebuild. I enrolled in night classes, the thirst for knowledge a welcome distraction. Work consumed me, my ambition ignited, fueled by the ashes of heartbreak. Years passed. I climbed the corporate ladder, each promotion a victory not only over my circumstances, but also over his doubts. I had purchased a small condo, its walls adorned with degrees and certificates, testaments to my resilience and unwavering spirit. My life, once tethered to his dreams, was now my own. The woman I had become was stronger, more independent than I ever thought possible. The pain of his absence lingered, a dull ache, but it no longer defined me. I was free. The doorbell startled me, shattering the silence of my Saturday morning. I wasn't expecting anyone. Peering through the peephole, I was met with a sight that sent a jolt through me. My ex-husband, standing on my doorstep, his face etched with a weariness I had never seen before. He looked older, defeated. The years, which had been so kind to me, had taken their toll on him. Lines bracketed his eyes, his shoulders slumped as if carrying an invisible weight. He looked like a stranger, a ghost of the man I once loved. His voice when he spoke was low and laced with an unfamiliar bitterness. "Can I come in?" He stood awkwardly in my living room, a stark contrast to the sleek modern furniture and minimalist decor. His words tumbled out, a torrent of frustration and regret. His wife, he confessed, was distant, consumed by their 3 children. The house, once his dream, felt like a prison, the constant chaos and demands suffocating him. He spoke of sleepless nights, of feeling trapped, his dreams sacrificed on the altar of fatherhood. He spoke of our life together, the memories tinged with a wistful longing that both angered and saddened me. He had gotten what he wanted, hadn't he? The family, the children, the life he had chosen over me. I couldn't help myself. Laughter bubbled up from deep within me, a mixture of disbelief and ironic amusement. "Karma," I said, the word hanging in the air between us, sharp and cold. "This is what you wanted. This is the life you chose." His face contorted with anger, his eyes flashing with a hurt that mirrored my own from years ago. "Don't you dare," he spat, his voice shaking. "Don't you dare act like you're better off. You're alone. You always will be." His words stung, a venomous barb aimed at the heart of my carefully constructed independence. He turned to leave, his parting shot a bitter whisper. "You'll regret this. You'll regret never knowing the love of a child." The door slammed shut, leaving me trembling in the silence. His words echoed in the empty apartment, their venom seeping into the cracks of my composure. For the first time in years, a flicker of doubt, of fear, ignited within me. I stood there for a long time, the weight of his visit pressing down on me. He was gone, vanished back into the life he had chosen, leaving behind a trail of destruction in the wake of his own unhappiness. As the initial shock subsided, a wave of sadness washed over me. Pity for the man he had become, for the dreams we had both sacrificed. Sadness for the love we once shared, now twisted and bitter. But through it all, a single, undeniable truth remained. I had made the right choice. I was not defined by my marital status, by my lack of children. I was strong, independent, and ultimately content with the path I had forged for myself. His visit, as unsettling as it was, had served as a stark reminder of the power of choices and the importance of staying true to oneself, no matter the cost. His life, his choices, were his own, and mine, for better or worse, were mine to embrace.